Myself, Dr. Seema Garg from Arya College of Engineering and IT, Jaipur. Today we will learn about the definition, types, inverse, and rank of the matrix in this video lecture. Definition of matrix: a set of mn numbers, may be real, may be complex, arranged in a rectangular array of m horizontal lines called rows and n vertical lines called columns is known as matrix of order m cross n. And the numbers are called elements. And the matrix is represented by A equals to Aij in square bracket m cross n. Matrix is written in the square bracket and the elements of the matrix, suppose A32, which is shown that the element in third row and second column. Types of matrices. Various type of matrices and the definitions are given below. First, real matrix. A matrix whose all elements are real numbers is called a real matrix. Complex matrix. A matrix in which at least one element is imaginary is called complex matrix. Row matrix. A matrix having only one row is called a row matrix. Column matrix. A matrix having only one column is called column matrix. Null matrix, if every element of the matrix is 0. Square matrix, a matrix where the number of rows equals to number of columns. Diagonal matrix, a square matrix in which all non-diagonal elements are 0 is called a diagonal matrix. Identity matrix, a square matrix in which each diagonal element is equal to 1 and the other elements are 0. It's called identity matrix or unit matrix. Upper triangular matrix, a square matrix in which all the elements below the principal diagonal elements are 0. It's called upper triangular matrix. And lower triangular matrix, a square matrix in which all the elements above the principal diagonal elements are 0. Strictly triangular matrix, a square matrix in which all the principal diagonal elements are 0. Idempotent matrix, a square matrix such that A square equals to A is called an idempotent matrix. Involutory matrix, a square matrix A such that A square equals to I. Nilpotent matrix, a square matrix is called nilpotent if we find or if there exists a positive integer m such that a to the power m equals to 0. Singular matrix, a matrix is said to be singular if its determinant is 0. Non-singular matrix, a square matrix is said to be non-singular if its determinant is not equals to 0. Symmetric matrix, a square matrix is called symmetric matrix if Aij equals to Aj, or we can say that A equal to A transpose. Skew symmetric matrix, a square matrix is said to be skew symmetric if Aij equals to minus Aj or A equal to minus of A transpose. Hermitian matrix, a square matrix is called Hermitian matrix if the element of A is equal to the complex conjugate of Aij is equal to the conjugate complex of Aj is said to be Hermitian matrix. Inverse of the matrix. Inverse of the matrix can be calculated by various methods. Here we apply the method A inverse equals to adjoint of A upon determinant of A. So we calculate first the determinant of A. First calculate the determinant of A and find that the determinant of A is equals to 1, which is not equals to 0. So A inverse exists. If determinant of A equals to 0, then A inverse does not exist. For the next procedure, we have to calculate the adjoint of A, and adjoint A is the co-transpose of the cofactor matrix, and so we calculate cofactor matrix for the elements of A, and we find that B the cofactor matrix. For the cofactor matrix, we take the signs positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, alternate sign. And for example, if we want the cofactor of cos x, we eliminate the first row and first column and take the determinant of the remaining element, which is equals to cos x. In the same way, we find the another cofactor elements of the matrix. And adjoint of A is calculated by the transpose of the matrix. Therefore, adjoint A equals to this term, and A inverse equals to adjoint A upon determinant of A. Inverse of the matrix can be also calculated by the elementary row transformations or elementary column transformation. Here we take one example to calculate the inverse by elementary row transformation. For the given matrix A, we have the property of the matrix that the matrix is multiplied by the identity matrix, we get the matrix itself. So we have A equals to I into A. We first substitute the value of A in the left hand side equals to I, the identity matrix of the same order, into A. Now we proceed to the row transformations and we convert the left hand side into the identity matrix by row transformations, and for the same operation when we applied on the right hand side we get A inverse, and the property is I equals to A inverse into A. Proceeding further, elementary row transformation to find the identity matrix in the left hand side, we get the matrix I equals to this term. Here we have the property A into A inverse equals to identity matrix. So I equals to A inverse into A. So here A inverse equals to this term. Thus we find the inverse of the matrix. For the same procedure, if we take the column transformation instead of row transformation, we get the same result for the A inverse. The next topic is rank of the matrix. In this lecture, we calculate the rank of matrix by two methods, by echelon form and second by normal or canonical form. To make it clear, we take some examples. Question: find the rank of the matrix A. First, we calculate the rank of the matrix by echelon form. In the echelon form, we convert the matrix into upper triangular matrix by applying row transformations. And the rule number 2 is we check the first diagonal entry should be non-zero. Here we see that the first diagonal entry of the principal diagonal is non-zero 1. So we come to the second rule. We apply row transformations to make it into upper triangular matrix. Then it is in the upper triangular matrix, so it is the echelon form, and in the after converting the matrix into echelon form, we calculate the number of non-zero rows, which is equal to the rank of the matrix. Here we see that the fourth row is the zero row and non-zero rows are 3, so the rank of matrix is 3. Next question, find the rank of the matrix A equals to this term by echelon form. In the echelon form, we apply the row transformations law to convert it into the upper triangular matrix, but here we see that the first element is 0, first diagonal element is 0. So first we convert it into non-zero entry by interchanging the two rows R1 and R2. Now the first diagonal entry is non-zero. Now applying the row transformations law to convert it into the upper triangular matrix. In upper triangular matrix, we have the elements below the principal diagonal elements are 0. After converting it into the upper triangular matrix, that is known as echelon form, we see that the number of non-zero rows are 2. So the rank of matrix is 2. Next method for finding the rank of matrix is normal or canonical form. We take example to understand it. Find the rank of the matrix by reducing it to the normal form. Let the given matrix be equals to A. First, we convert it into the echelon form by row or column transformations. By row transformation, we get this term. After applying the column transformations, we get the next term. In normal form, we try to convert it into the maximum order unit matrix, and that the order of the unit matrix is equal to the rank of the matrix. So by applying row and column transformation, we get the second order identity matrix, and all other elements are taken to be 0. So here the rank of the matrix is 2 by normal form. Thank you.